What is going on, music maker family? Strat here from Strategic Audio once again. Today I wanted to drop a quick video about improving your melodies and sound selection to achieve a higher level of authenticity when creating soul samples. So let me get this out of the way right now. If you're interested in this kind of content, please hit like and smash that subscribe button because it really helps and I would truly appreciate it. So this is a new soul sample that I made today, and it starts off with a nice simple piano chord progression in D minor, which I'll play for you right now. So I wanted it to sound natural and vintage, so I simply played it on my keyboard, which automatically gives it that human feel. Then I gave it some simple EQ, which is this, some compression, which is this, reverb, which is this, and somatics origin to give it that vintage degraded kind of texture. Next up, I played this awesome soulful organ that I made in Analog Lab using the same chords as the piano. By the way, both the piano and the organ are part of an Analog Lab bank that I created, and that bank is in my latest kit. It's called Elements Multi-Kit. The link is in the description where you can go check that out. But here's the organ that I played. Also, to add a little bit more realism, I automated the rotary speaker effect to go from fast to slow. If you can see the curve here, so that it would change during the process of the organ playing to give it the feel as though an organ player is playing it and manipulating the rotary speaker effect at the same time while they're playing the chords. I didn't put any major effects on the organ except for this EQ and some compression. Next up, I played this bass, kept it really simple, followed the root notes of the chords without much embellishment because I didn't want it to be too busy. Let's play that bass for you right now. So here's where it gets a bit more interesting. I wanted to add a nice fat warm brass section, but unfortunately I don't play any live brass instruments. So what I did was I combined 3 different trumpet sounds. One I made in Vital and the other 2 are sound fonts. Yes, sound fonts. Don't underestimate how useful they can be. In terms of the actual melodic direction of this brass section, I basically just followed the chords. One major difference being that the brass only comes in from the 3rd beat of the loop, so it's only there for some emphasis on the 2nd part of the loop to provide some extra energy. So let's hear those 3 different trumpet parts that I combined together. This first one is one of the sound fonts. This is a different sound font. This last one was made in Vital. So the voicings of these 3 brass parts are not identical because on this last one, I don't know if you can tell just by looking, but I took the 5th note and brought it up an octave. That's what you would call an inversion. It just gives it a different tonal feel. Each brass part I EQ'd and affected separately, so what I did then was I consolidated them all into one audio file. For FL Studio users, how you would do this is you highlight the patterns that you want to consolidate, you hit Ctrl-Alt-C, when this dialog comes up you simply hit start. So now this is what the final brass section sounds like. And the effects weren't heavy, it's basically just EQ, compression, and reverb. But then you can see how rich it sounds with the combination of those 3 different brass tones. Now the idea here is that sound selection is extremely important for making the music feel authentic and true to the style or genre that you're making. So if one VST or one shot or one sound font or whatever isn't quite doing it, then layering a few and then using the appropriate effects can totally help you achieve the sound that you're looking for. Now after the brass was done, I just added some strings and a glockenspiel counter melody to kind of act as finishing touches. Hear what the strings sound like. And here is the glockenspiel. Even though that glockenspiel is supposed to be a counter melody, it's really only a counter melody in the first part of the progression, because then it kind of falls in line with the movement of the progression. The idea is to not have too many competing melodies clashing, because then that kind of it forces the listener to try to focus on too many things, and then your sound isn't cohesive. So the final step was just mixing and mastering to give it that final polish. So now this is what the entire piece sounds like over the top of some hard-hitting boom-bap drums. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really hope you enjoyed this video and any of my other videos that are like this. A quick reminder, the Elements multi-kit, where you can find the analog lab bank for the piano and the organ, as well as a slew of other loops and sounds. Link is in the description along with that discount code. Right now it's summertime and I got some crazy low summer prices for this. This kit is actually quite big. Check it out if you're interested in this kind of sound and this kind of music, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.